Hello, welcome everyone for the second law of chemical combinations called as the law of definite proportion. Now, before going to that, what is law of definite proportion? It was, as you can see in the screen, it was given or stated by a person called a chemist called as Joseph Proust. Joseph Proust. And what did he give? What was his statement? He told that whichever compound, any given chemical compound, any given compound, let me zoom, yes, any given chemical compound always contains exactly the same proportion of elements by weight. Whichever, whether you are preparing a sample naturally or you are preparing a sample man-made synthetically, it will contain the same elements in the same proportion by weight. So to prove that, he took a sample of cupric carbonate. Whenever I say cupric, it means that the copper is in the +2 oxidation state. If I say cuprous, it is +1 oxidation state. Cupric carbonate, you know the formula CuCO3. Learning the formulas, if you want, kindly text. I will post a video for how to write the formulas. So cupric carbonate contains 3 elements, namely copper, cuprum, carbon, oxygen, carbonate. So as the name said, so carbon, copper and oxygen. And he found out that in natural sample and synthetic sample, the amount was the same, or the percentage by weight was the same. So whether it is occurring naturally or whether you are preparing in the lab, this particular compound is holding the same proportions of element by weight. Same thing applies to all the chemical compound. That is why he gave the sentence very clearly. A given compound always contains exactly the same proportion of elements by weight. So let me show you with another example. Here second cupric carbonate. Let us take calcium carbonate. All of you know what is calcium carbonate? Lime. So now this limestone or lime, calcium carbonate, contains 3 elements: calcium, carbon and oxygen. In that case it was copper, here calcium. So how can you find out? Preparation of calcium carbonate can be done in many ways. They prepare using the seashells. So here from seashell, they take the seashells and they powder it off and you get the calcium carbonate. Another method is that quicklime. COO is quicklime. In your 10th standard textbook, you have learned what happens to this quicklime when you put it on your wall, whitewash. What happens? It reacts to the atmospheric carbon dioxide, forming a layer of calcium carbonate, which will save the inner layer of your concrete or cement from getting eroded, whatever it is. So calcium carbonate, whitewashing the walls. This is how the calcium carbonate is formed. Or when you bubble, when you exhale inside quicklime, you have to learn that it turns milky white, experiment activities, etc. So CaO plus CO2, CaCO3. If I take this sample CaCO3 or from seashells, which is natural, this is synthetic, this is natural, both the ways it will contain the same element as I have mentioned here, because the molar mass or the molecular mass of calcium carbonate is 100 atomic units. If I take 100 grams, it will contain 40 grams of calcium, 12 grams of carbon and 16 grams. So percentage. Now what is percentage? Taking the number of atoms into account also. So calcium only 1 atom, carbon 1 atom, oxygen 3 atom. So percentage by weight will be 40% calcium. So 40 divided by 100, again you will know, multiplied by 100 to make it as gram. So if I take 100 gram, 40% will be calcium, 12% will be carbon, 48. The total of these 3 will be 100. So otherwise I can say whether I am preparing the calcium carbonate from seashells or synthetically man-made, both will contain the same amount proportion by weight. So that is what the definite proportion law states. What does it state? It states that a given chemical compound always contains exactly the same proportion of elements by weight as suggested by Joseph Proust. So this is the second law of chemical combination. The third law of chemical combination is called as law of multiple proportion. Stay tuned. Happy learning. Thank you.